Welcome back to hashtag starting a new allotment. Keep doing a little bit, keep getting there. As we've mentioned before, I've managed to get hold of some guttering, which is very important when you haven't got a water tap on your allotment. Some new, some old. We've got some selected fittings. Obviously, if somebody on the allotment, one of my fellow plot holders, wanted a bit of guttering for their allotment, then I could share mine. Comfrey bed's tidied up, but I'm very passionate about collecting water. I've got two massive galvanised tanks under there, and I've topped these up, the leaves up, but they've been very, very dry. So it's surprising how much water you actually need. Got the plastic sheet on the compost bin runoff. I've been getting absolutely loads, and thank you, Graham, I've now put a sleeve on the pipe so I can actually slide it off. I'm not going up or down, I'm actually just pulling it backwards. So thank you very much for just putting me straight and just reminding me what I've done on the wormeries. So thank you to Graham, one of my subscribers. So we now need to collect the water off the greenhouse, and I've got a few fittings there, and this one for this side, which will feed this barrel, and I've just put that piece of pipe on, warmed the end up and pushed it onto that tap. This will be buried and it'll go into the pond. So instead of messing about, I can just turn the tap on and wait for it to fill. And if it does empty during the summer, I can actually move water from those big galvanised tanks. The down pipe will go in there. So let's start on the other side and get that bit done first, because there's one or two people wanted to see how I'm doing this. Now the greenhouse slopes from left to right as we look at it. I'll have to close this end up a little bit, same at the other end. Now if I was really good, it's going to be level, so I'm just going to keep that up just a little bit, that end. It doesn't have to be. Water will find its own way, but it needs to be level in one direction at least. I've clipped all this together. These are the two main clips that hold it on. I've offered it up to there, and I've marked it roughly where I want it. I'm just offering that up now, trying to get it as high as I can. The other side will be down there, so if I can just lift this up a bit, this will help. So I'm going to do a pilot hole. Using the smallest drill bit I dare, then this will actually bite into the aluminium and create its own thread. To make it really easy for you, put the screw in before you put the clip on. I'll do the same with the other one. And before I forget, I'll just bend this up. Doesn't have to be a lot, because we'll pop a bit of silicone in there. Just have to watch we don't break the glass, he says. Nice little lip in there, doesn't need to be much. Do the same on all four. So I've offered that back up. I haven't clipped it in properly, else it loosens everything. So we're going to cut the aluminium there and there, and we'll cut the plastic there and there. It needs to be down towards the bottom of the guttering there. We can always trim it a little bit more afterwards, but it just needs to be slightly bigger. So I've just cut that there, cut some extra holes there. I haven't messed with this guttering before. Sometimes it'll split, but you get the idea. Now I can see what I'm doing. I need to go down to about there. Now I'm happy that we've got a reasonable level. I'm going to have a go at the aluminium. I've made the 2 cuts, and now I'm going to very carefully bring it down. Just so there's enough of a slope. Now I made a few mistakes. I bent that down before I got this on, so leave that up. But it does need to be a little bit lower down, so that'll be my mark on the other side. There's enough fall in there, so I'm going to put my first lot of silicone in. One thing I did forget, I've got a little piece of decking. I'll split it and cut it. This will need lifting up, and what you do, you push it behind the box hang and up against the glass, and that just holds it square. That'll do for the first lot of silicone. I will add more, but I need to get that to go off first. While I've still got this off, if you don't understand guttering, there's some marks there telling you exactly where to put it. You needn't, there is a certain area. This is the rubber that seals it, and there's a mark there, so always look out for that. The wind's blowing quite strong. I believe there's another storm coming into this country, mainly Ireland. They've named it, but yeah, we've got the idea there. We've already got the hole in the tank. And what I'll probably do is put a screw in there, and then that'll be the one. Once it's all gone off, obviously I'll put that on there just to support it. I should be able to just slide that down and get access to the water. There's holes, can you see? I'll show you around shortly. So we're aiming to keep the sunlight out, so there's no sunlight going to get into there. There's holes at each end, so any water that goes on here will go into the barrel. We've used a few connectors there. That one went really well this time. It bent down nicely. You mustn't mess about with the aluminium too much, as to the break. So each end has been siliconed up there, and as soon as it's dry, I shall cut some guttering and look for the marks, and then slot this in. I may need to support it in the middle, but I can always just put a post up there, but we can sort that out when it comes to it. It's not pretty, but it'll do the job. I'll get this pipe buried, cut to length, and that'll do that job. Sorry for the blowing about, guys. Yeah, very windy. So Woody, and I think it was Ken Fuller, Woody wanted a real close-up. How close do you want to get, Woody? I hope you've seen everything you need to see, but that works for me. You can get special connectors, they fit on the end, but they cost money. This is all recycled, even though there's some new bits here. That's up to the builder. If he wants to get rid of them, then I'll gladly accept it. Well, this is my arbour. It hasn't got the roof yet. There's the roof over there. So I'm hoping to spend many a happy afternoon or morning sitting next to this pond, the wildlife garden, and just at the end there will be the cut flowers. And as you can see, I've started to do the strawberry pyramid as a failure, so now I'm just stringing them out. Just got to get some more bits of wood together before I can finish that, and I'll probably change the compost as well. It's a little bit dry, there's not enough meat in there to hold the moisture. This barrel was on the other side of the greenhouse. I only need one there, so that'll be kept full of water so I can keep these strawberries watered, but it's just a little bit too fine. I think I need to get some soil dug into that, so I'll give that a bit of a change, and then I'll pinch all the good strawberry plants. Thanks for watching, guys. Commenting, subscribing, especially those that put the thumbs down, because those that put the thumbs down are just keeping my subscriber level over 2,000, so thank you very much. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.